Ever heard of a princess so brave she dared to face a dark witch? Get ready for an adventure you'll never forget. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled between rolling hills and sparkling waters lived a very brave and beautiful princess. Princess Amara was known throughout the land for her kindness, intelligence, and her unwavering bravery. Unlike many princesses, Amara did not dream of marrying a prince or living in a tower. She yearned for adventure, for exploring the world beyond her kingdom's walls. One day, while the princess was strolling through the vibrant marketplace, she overheard a group of people talking in hushed voices about a terrible witch named Malevolent. The witch had cast a dark spell on the kingdom, causing crops to wither, animals to fall ill, and a thick fog to blanket the land, hiding all the sunshine. People were starting to lose hope. Hearing this, Princess Amara's heart filled with determination. She couldn't bear the thought of her people suffering, so she decided to confront the witch and break the spell. She wasn't afraid because Amara knew she was more than just a pretty face. She was smart, brave, and quick-witted. And besides, she wasn't going alone. Her loyal and brave knight Sir Gideon would be by her side. Plus, she had something else that might help her. You see, Amara wasn't your typical princess. She loved reading books, especially those filled with magical creatures and faraway lands. One book in particular stood out. It told the story of a brave princess who outsmarted an evil witch. In the story, the princess tricked the witch into drinking a potion that turned her into an ugly old woman. Amara wondered if she could do something similar. With her plan forming, Amara went to the castle library, pored over ancient scrolls, and consulted with wise old wizards. Finally, she gathered all the ingredients needed to make a mysterious potion, each one carefully selected for its unique properties. Next, she brewed the potion, stirring it slowly and chanting softly, imbuing it with all her hopes and dreams for her kingdom. The potion was now ready, but how could she trick the witch into drinking it? Amara pondered this for days. She couldn't let her people suffer another minute under the witch's spell. Then she had a brilliant idea. She put on her finest dress, the one with all the shiny jewels, and went to the town square where the people had gathered. She took a deep breath, stepped onto a nearby table, and announced loudly, "I have a challenge for anyone who can defeat me." All eyes turned to her, including those of Sir Gideon, who looked at her in surprise. But why would anyone want to do that? He whispered, confused. Amara only smiled mysteriously. Soon, word spread like wildfire throughout the kingdom and even reached the ears of the evil witch. Intrigued by the princess's challenge, the witch cackled with amusement. She saw right through Amara's plan and thought it would be hilarious to take part. Malevolent arrived at the town square, dressed in a robe adorned with bats and spiders. The crowd gasped when they saw her, but Amara stood her ground. "Are you here to accept my challenge?" she asked, her voice ringing with confidence. "Of course," sneered the witch. "I'll defeat you easily, and then I'll destroy your kingdom." With that, she waved her gnarled finger and sent a swarm of black bats toward the princess. The townspeople panicked, but Sir Gideon quickly formed a protective shield round Amara, deflecting the bats. He was amazed by his princess's bravery, even though he didn't understand her plan. Meanwhile, Amara calmly pulled out a vial filled with a shimmering potion and held it aloft. "Do you think that's scary?" she asked the witch, her eyes twinkling. "Watch this." She uncorked the vial and threw back her head. She drank the potion in one gulp. Then she turned to the witch and said, "Now it's your turn." Malevolent hesitated for a moment, suspicion clouding her eyes. But seeing the princess seemingly unaffected, she decided to play along. She drank the potion, but instead of showing any immediate reaction, she put on a dramatic expression and clutched her chest theatrically. "Oh, I feel so weak," she cried. "You may have outsmarted me once, princess, but I'll get you next time." And with that, she vanished into thin air, leaving behind a cloud of sulfurous smoke. Everyone stared at the spot where the witch had been standing, unsure of what to do next. Amara, however, had a big smile on her face. She knew the potion wouldn't harm the witch, but it would make her feel awful, at least for a little while. As the princess had hoped, the fog began to clear, revealing the bright blue sky and fluffy white clouds. The people cheered, overjoyed to see the sun again, but their joy was short-lived. Just as the celebrations began, the witch reappeared, her eyes blazing with fury. "You tricked me, princess," she roared. "Now I'll show you true magic." She raised her hands, and bolts of lightning streaked across the sky, followed by heavy rain that poured down in torrents. The townspeople cowered in fear, but Amara refused to give in. Instead, she looked up at the stormy sky and said, "Bring it on, witch. My friends and I will stand strong against your dark magic." And stand strong they did, as the rain poured and the wind howled. Princess Amara and Sir Gideon shielded the townspeople from the worst of the storm. The knight's armor was soaked in no time, but he didn't seem to mind. He was inspired by the princess's courage and determination. Meanwhile, Amara noticed that the witch was growing weaker with every passing moment. Her spells were erratic and less powerful than before. Then something incredible happened. A rainbow arched across the sky, breaking through the dark clouds. The rain stopped as quickly as it had started, and the sun peeked out from behind the clouds, casting a warm glow over the land. The townspeople emerged from their homes, blinking in the sudden brightness. And what they saw made them gasp. The witch, who had been so powerful and terrifying just moments before, was now gone. In her place was a small, frail woman with a pointed hat perched precariously on her head. The woman trembled, obviously frightened. Amara, ever the compassionate one, approached cautiously. "Don't be afraid," she said softly. "We won't hurt you?" The woman looked up, her eyes wide with gratitude. "Thank you, princess," she whispered. "You have no idea what you've done for me." Amara was puzzled. "What do you mean?" she asked. The woman explained that the dark magic she had used to torment the kingdom had also taken a toll on her, draining her of her youthful vigor and twisting her heart, making her cruel and bitter. But by using her magic against the princess, she had inadvertently pushed back the darkness within her, giving her a chance at redemption. Overwhelmed with emotion, Amara embraced the former witch, helping her to rise from her hunched position. "Let's go for a walk," Amara suggested, sensing that her new friend needed someone to lean on. Together they strolled through the town, where the people cheered and celebrated the end of the dark spell. The princess introduced the woman, who had revealed her name was Elara, to the grateful townspeople, who showered her with kindness and forgiveness. From that day forward, Elara became a beloved member of the community, using her knowledge of herbs and healing to help the sick and injured. She lived out the rest of her days surrounded by friends and family, cherishing every moment of her newfound life. Princess Amara, known throughout the land as the kind and brave ruler, continued to inspire those around her, proving that compassion and understanding can conquer even the darkest of magic. If you enjoyed the story, my little kids, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting stories to come.